बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। आज हम स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं मोशन ऑफ अ प्रोजेक्टाइल, क्योंकि गौरी की बुक है, आपको नज़र आ रही हो कि इसका चैप्टर नंबर है 10 और ये है मोशन ऑफ अ प्रोजेक्टाइल। इसमें आज हम दो चीज़ें डिस्कस करेंगे। एक है कि व्हाट इज़ अ प्रोजेक्टाइल और दूसरी बात होगी इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन ऑफ अ प्रोजेक्टाइल। पहली बात तो ये प्रोजेक्टाइल क्या होता है, तो ये है कि एन ऑब्जेक्ट्स, इसकी डेफिनेशन है एन ऑब्जेक्ट्स फायर्ड फ्रॉम अ गन, फायर्ड फ्रॉम अ गन, फायर्ड फ्रॉम अ गन or dropped from a moving plane, dropped from a moving plane is called a projectile, is called a projectile। यह है कि टू डायमेंशनल मोशन, टू dimensional motion of a body under force of gravity या under gravitational pull, gravitational pull is called a projectile, is called a projectile। एक्चुअली ये है क्या, एनी बॉडी फायर्ड, थ्रोन, लॉन्च्ड, प्रोजेक्टेड अपवर्ड, नॉट वर्टिकली, नॉट हॉरिजॉन्टली, इन द एयर, बट मेकिंग एन एंगल अल्फा विद एक्स एक्सिस एंड अल्फा शुड बी लेस देन 90 डिग्री, देन द बॉडी इज कॉल्ड अ प्रोजेक्टाइल। Motion, the two-dimensional motion of a body, and when a body is thrown, for example, a football kicked by a man, it goes as this, and the curve traced by a projectile is a plane curve, but it goes into air. Instead, we take this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is e-axis. We will take this is x-axis and this is the y-axis, and we will call it the vertical plane. You can say that any body thrown upward making an angle alpha with x-axis is called a projectile, and it these are the examples of it will go this. Or if you are standing on a height and you launch the body at this point, then it will again the motion of a projectile। डस्टर नहीं मिल रहा था, मिल गया। Now we find the equation of motion of the projectile। Before this, बॉडी खुद बहुत ऊपर नहीं जाता, उसको हम खुद फेंकते हैं किसी फोर्स के साथ, कोई उसको इनिशियल वेलोसिटी देते हैं किसी एंगल पे। तो ये देखें, इट विल गो एज दिस, एट दिस पॉइंट, सपोज दिस इज द वेलोसिटी v, this is called initial velocity and this is called angle of projection। यानी कि when t is equal to 0, the angle the projectile making at x-axis is alpha, it is called angle of projection, and the velocity with which it starts its motion is called velocity of projection, velocity of projection। Now we start equation of motion of a projectile। Equation of motion of a projectile. हम इसकी इक्वेशन को डिराइव करते हैं. Let a body या projectile is projected at an angle alpha with velocity v naught from a point O. The point O is called the point of projection. This is the point O, and I try to this is the velocity. V naught, and this is the angle of alpha is its angle, V naught is its velocity of projection. Alpha is called angle of projection. Then now we go to first year. If this is vector f, these are its components fx and fy. This is theta. Fx over f, this is cos theta, and fy over f, this is sin theta. तो fx क्या आता है? f cos theta, और fy क्या आता है? f sin theta. And we write this vector f as fxi plus fyj, and this is equal to f cos theta I plus f sin theta j in its component form. In the same way, we will write the velocity v naught making an angle alpha with the horizontal. Then we can write the velocity v naught as v naught, this is equal to v naught cos of alpha I plus v naught sin of alpha j, and we will use it at the end. Now we start motion. Particle is projected, this is x-axis and this is y-axis. Particle has started its motion from point O with velocity v naught making an angle alpha with the horizontal. Let after some time t, particle is at point P whose coordinates are x and y. Now let after a body is projected at an angle alpha with velocity v naught from a point O, let after time t, particle, body over projectile, particle is at point P. P के coordinate xy and whose position vector is r is equal to xi plus yj. Now the only force acting on the projectile is the force of gravity. In this case we neglect the air resistance, and force of gravity acts vertically downward. Let a body, यहाँ आप लिख लें, of mass m. बॉडी का मास कितना है? m. तो अभी मैंने लिखा v naught इज इक्वल टू v naught cos alpha I plus v naught sin alpha j. Now the only force acting on body is force of gravity, which acts vertically downward. Now by second law of motion, we have F is equal to ma. There are 2 or 3 or 4 methods to derive the equation, but we will use the vector method, which I feel that is easy. We will write it as F is equal to ma. What is F? Force acting. It implies that F is equal to minus mgj. The force m, mass of the body is m, the force with which earth attracts it, that is mg, and it acts vertically downward. इधर y पॉजिटिव है एंड नीचे y नेगेटिव है. यहाँ यूनिट वेक्टर j होगा, इधर यूनिट वेक्टर माइनस j होगा, एंड इट इज इक्वल टू m. a is equal to d2r by dt square. This is cancel. We write it as d2r by dt square is equal to minus gj. Now I have d2r by dt square minus gj. Integrate it. Integrate करेंगे, we will get dr by dt minus gtj plus a constant a. It is vector and constant is also a vector. And the value of constant will be found by the initial condition. dr by dt, it means orv. dr by dt means v minus gtj plus a. At t is equal to 0, velocity, which was the velocity of projection, we get, it implies that v naught 0 plus a. So a is equal to v naught. Put it in this equation. Thus v is equal to minus gtj plus v naught. And what is v? dr by dt. We can write it as dr by dt. Again integrate. Again integrating it, we get r. R is equal to minus gt square by 2 plus v naught t plus a constant v. And at t is equal to 0, r is again 0. R is the distance of the particle or body from O, and when time is 0, the particle at this point, so r is 0. It means 0 t0 plus 0 plus b. It implies that b is equal to 0. We have r is equal to minus gt square by 2 plus v naught t. Now we write it in components form, and you know that earlier we have written v naught is equal to v naught vector v naught cos alpha I plus v naught sin alpha j, and x is equal to r is equal to xi plus yj minus g t square by 2j plus v naught cos alpha I v naught sin alpha j into t. This is equal to minus gt square by 2j प्लस वी नॉट काज ऑफ एल्फा इंटू टी आई प्लस वी नॉट साइन ऑफ एल्फा इंटू टी जे। दिस इज इक्वल टू वी नॉट काज ऑफ एल्फा टी आई प्लस वी नॉट साइन ऑफ एल्फा इंटू टी माइनस जी टी स्क्वेयर बाई टू जे एंड दिस इज एक्स आई प्लस वाई जे। कंपेयर what is x? X is equal to v naught cos of alpha into t and y is equal to v naught sin of alpha into t minus gt square by 2. These are the parametric equations of the motion of the projectile. But generally motion of the projectile is written in Cartesian form, and for this we will take it implies that x, it implies that t, it implies that x is equal to, t is equal to, we will eliminate t from the two equations, x over v naught cos of alpha. Put in equation A, this is A. We get y is equal to v naught sin alpha into t x over v naught cos alpha minus g by 2 t square x square over v naught square cos square alpha, and this becomes v naught cancel, x tangent alpha minus g x square by 2 v naught square cos square alpha, it means secant square alpha. This equation is called equation of motion of the projectile. इंशाल्लाह इसमें 4 चीज़ें हैं जिनको अभी हमने डिस्कस करना है, वो कल करेंगे। वो इन्हीं से मैंने 4 चीज़ें आपको याद करवानी है, इस एक्स से और वाई से, तो वो इंशाल्लाह कल करेंगे।